Georgia's Republican Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan said he didn't vote for his party's Senate candidate Herschel Walker in the runoff election between him and Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock. Duncan said he waited in line for about an hour to cast his vote, but in the end couldn't pick either candidate. "It was the most disappointing ballot I've ever stared at in my entire life since I started voting," Duncan told CNN's AC360 this week. "I had two candidates that I couldn't find anything that made sense for me to put my vote behind, and so I walked out of that ballot box, showing up to vote but not voting for either one of them." Asked if there's anything Walker could have done to win his vote, Duncan said he and other Republicans across the country just want real leadership. Duncan said Walker should have pushed back on Donald Trump's false claims of election fraud, and also denounced his recent dinner with white supremacist and Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes instead of staying silent about it. "Those were ways to convince the suburbs that you were a serious player that didn't want to be Donald Trump's puppet," Duncan told CNN's John Berman. Walker was endorsed by Trump in the Republican primary. In a CNN op-ed last month, Duncan had previously advised Walker to appeal to the former president to stay out of the race, get help from Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, and also have Florida Governor Ron DeSantis campaign for him in order to win on December 6. Trump has stayed out of the picture and has not even contributed a single dime to the candidate's campaign in the final weeks of this election. Kemp, in contrast, has been a vocal supporter of Walker's following his own election win last month. DeSantis so far has only contributed through fundraising appeals, according to Politico. Duncan, who calls himself a tried-and-true conservative, has also criticized current President Joe Biden's policies. While the state has broken daily early voting records in this election, it is unlikely to surpass the turnout for the 2021 runoff races that helped Democrats win control of the Senate, according to the New York Times. Tuesday's runoff will determine who will fill that seat for the next 6 years.